up, guys? Ryan Chadle here. And this is the drive home. You know, I noticed it's a little early for a drive home. And it is indeed a little early for a drive home. So, I'll get to that in a moment. So today was supposed to be a strategy planning day. I feel like it's been 50% of that. We'll talk about what has been thus far, at least. I mean, I still got a lot of work to do, but let's talk about what's been productive. I got the mock-ups for the bourbon brand that we'll be partnering with Stripe Pig Distillery for. I think it's a pretty great concept. Ray put that together. I sent it over to Pixie a little while ago. We'll see what she thinks, and hopefully we'll put something together there very quickly. So that's great. We heard back from the landlord for the potential office location that we're looking at in Augusta, Georgia. So they do have 3 spaces for lease there, and we're expecting at some point today to get hopefully whatever, documentation they have to send us for us to start the process. So my directive to the team was, let's get a lease signed yesterday, like ASAP, and we want to get moving on that. I had a call with the selling branch manager candidate that I interviewed there that I thought was really great. I had a short call with her earlier. She stated to me that she was going to accept the position. So here, probably about 30 minutes, I'll be emailing over her official offer letter. I'm excited about that. We want to get that moving quickly. So that's on the Epic Labor end of things. I can't really think of anything else there. There was a ton of systems work that I was having to do this morning. Just some integration stuff, like with how we have our contracts get signed when we get a new client, things like that. Nothing groundbreaking. It's really just what I classify as busy work, really. But it was important work that needed to be done. Brandon did most of that, honestly. So, yeah, so we got that done. Here's what really threw my day off and why I'm driving home at 2:30 in the afternoon instead of 4:30 or 5. I emailed over the attorney that's handling the forward split stuff that we're working on for Metavesco MBCO. So about 2 weeks ago, we didn't put out a press release on this, by the way, but we did file the disclosure. So it should be public information that I approved a 100-for-1 forward split, not to be confused with a reverse split. So forward split, if you own 1 share, after the forward split, you would own 100 shares. Each share would be 1/100th of the prior price. In theory, it doesn't affect the value of the total shares. You just have more shares, just less price per share. All right. So I did the board resolution. I did the shareholder vote. I did all the, back end, insider paperwork that's required. I sent all that stuff over to the attorney. Now, this is going to sound like I'm railing my attorneys. I'm not. They're very good, and I love them. They're great. They're great at what they do. Okay. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I sent them all the paperwork, and in advance, because I know what FINRA is going to ask for, we went ahead and had all the debt schedules and the shareholder list, like everything, like packaged up in a nice little bow in a box to send to FINRA to get the forward split processed quickly. I send the email over today, hey, I'm following up on this. Just want to see if you've heard anything back from FINRA. Attorney responds to me. Not the head attorney, but one of the attorneys in the firm. And she's great. So I'm not, It's probably my fault for not following up sooner, okay? She emails me back. And she says, yeah, there's a form you got to get signed. Okay. Yeah, we got to have that before we can send it into FINRA. Okay, so we haven't even sent anything to FINRA because I need to sign this form. Okay. So what is this form? I go looking through my emails, found the form. It's not a form. It's forms. Like a lot of damn forms. Look at that. It's a lot. Okay, so I'll be spending the rest of the day filling out that bullshit. Thing of it is, you know, the worst part of this form is what the transfer agent is going to charge us to do the forward split. It's going to be like $20,000, man. Holy shit, $20,000 just to process a forward split. There's a reason why these OTC companies don't do forward splits, because it's expensive. I guess it's cheaper to do a reverse split because it's all these broke, you know, dilution monster companies that reverse split all the time. I don't know, but 20 grand, roughly, that's an estimate. It could be more. $20,000 estimate to what it's going to cost to do a forward split. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't have a choice. Okay, I do have a choice, but the choice is we're going to do the forward split. I did reach out to the transfer agent. I haven't heard back from him, but I did reach out to the transfer agent, and I'm going to ask them to give us a better deal. Just because that's what the advertised price is doesn't mean I can't say, hey, you guys are great, we love you, but you know, give me some kind of discount or something. You know, nothing wrong with asking for a discount. I always say you don't know if you don't ask. So I 100% will be asking for at least a $5,000 discount off of this. I think the last forward split we did in 2022, I think that cost us around 14 grand. Let's use that as the watermark, as the benchmark. Let's call that. Let's see if we can get it down to 14. So I hate paperwork, man. Like the thing I hate more than anything when it comes to business is paperwork. I try to outsource as much of that shit as I can. Hire good accountants, hire good lawyers, hire good admin people, so you can just focus on growing your business, talking to shareholders, talking to customers, talking to your staff. Like, outsource that stuff. This particular thing is just something that cannot be outsourced, unfortunately. So I don't remember the paperwork being that intensive when we did the last forward split. Now, it could be two things. A, I just wasn't as busy then, so I wasn't as irked by it. That's possible. Or B, it's just more complicated now. You know, there's more paperwork required than there was. I don't know. It was 2 years, so I mean, you know, a lot can happen. I don't know if it was 2 years. I think it was 2 years when we started it. I don't think the forward split actually went into effect until 2023. It took us a while. Like, we had to get an ombudsman to help us out. If you don't know, an ombudsman is, so if you're a public company and FINRA, or, you know, basically any government, you know, agency you report to, but FINRA specifically, if you don't get a response within a prescribed amount of time, and I think it's 90 days for a corporate action, you are allowed to request an ombudsman, which is like an overseer, right? They advocate on your behalf as the issuer to get this stuff done. You know, get the wheels greased. Okay, so yeah, I think it took us like 6 months to get the last one. This one I do not expect it to take that long. However, now I'm really aggro because I feel like I've wasted 2 weeks. I felt like I was ahead of schedule to just, you know, I want to get this done. I want to have this forward split done before the beginning of the year. I want it done like quickly, which is why I went through all the labors that were required to get all this paperwork and debt schedules and note schedules and equity. Like, you know, FINRA asks you for a long list of stuff, but they don't tell you that in advance until you've already applied. They don't tell you what they want. But having gone through this, I was like, okay, well, I know what they're going to ask for. So you would think they would just have a list, like in advance. Hey, if you do these things, here's the stuff you'll be required to get together. You know, it would save people a lot of time, I think. And maybe there is a list. You know, I don't know. But in any case, I basically went off everything I had to send them last time, which included, you know, a ton of stuff that's background related, had nothing to do with Metavesco at all. There was actually some stuff in there to do with LaborSmart, like, hey, you were the CEO of this company when this happened and this happened, whatever happened with that. Like, well, that happened there and this is what happened there. You know, so they want to make sure that you're not a bad actor, and I think that's great. But point is, I thought that I was being overly, awesomely proactive. And now I feel like I've wasted 14 days. That's 2 weeks. You got 13 weeks to the end of the year. Well, now I've got 11. So, anyways, I'm aggro. I'm very aggro about that. But I'm not gonna get. I got about another 20-minute drive, and I'll be less aggro when it gets time to fill this out. In the meantime, I am excited to get that whole process finished and done, and I'll be anxious to see how the liquidity changes in the stock with this forward split, which, there's no guarantee it will happen. FINRA may say, hey, you can't do it. You don't know. I mean, there's a ton of things that could go wrong, right? But obviously, I feel that will improve the liquidity, which is why I said, hey, let's do this. I don't think it's ever been done before. I'm not sure anyone's ever done a forward split to put their stock in trips intentionally. I'm not putting it in trips intentionally because I don't know what the price will be, but I do feel by having a larger tradable base should improve the liquidity. We'll see. There's a ton of unknowns with these things, and like I said, FINRA may not even approve it. I don't know, but hopefully we've done everything right to get it done quickly. And I just want to get that done, knock that out, so I can get back to the business of the business, which you had some interest. I can't tell you the news, but there is some really exciting, not material, but just super exciting news related to Boring Brew. But we are apparently under an NDA for a couple weeks on that. And Ray will probably put that information out and I'll retweet it, but that's really exciting. I just thought it was very cool. So anyways, like I said, that's not like nothing I'm telling you right now is material, but yeah, I can't wait to see that happen. So that's really all I got today, man. I'll be spending the rest of the day doing this paperwork. If you are in Florida or you know anyone in Florida, please get them out, particularly if they're like near Tampa. Like, don't be there. Don't be in front of this thing. This thing is a monster, man. And I tell you what, there's models. I looked a little while ago. There's some models that forecasted could move in a southerly direction once it makes landfall. So, if you're in South Florida, be aware that thing might end up on your doorstep, right? So I don't know. I have some people down there. Eddie's down in South Florida. I have some people in Tampa. So yeah, just be safe out there, man. It's I've seen some crazy footage of tornadoes. I did get a call earlier asking if we were going to participate in the recovery there, like from a labor perspective. I'm probably going to say no, not because I don't want to. I definitely want to. There'll be a lot of restoration work, once that starts. This thing just looks ginormous. I mean, it might be months before that even starts. But I've got so much going on already. I feel like I would just be getting pulled in too many directions. I do expect to, if water is needed, we will contribute some more of the Mogul water. I think we're just about distributed what we're going to up here, and I think we've got another I'm gonna say 6 pallets, probably maybe five or six pallets that we could distribute out if needed to communities that need it. And we had a whole list of people that we were calling to try to donate this water, and a lot of them we still never got in touch with, but a number of them that we did speak with, they had such a large outreach from people, companies, nonprofits, whatever, to donate non-perishable goods and water and medicine, everything. It was really impressive how these local communities came together to help each other, and it's really cool. So I'm excited that we were able to participate and help in that where we could, and if we have the opportunity to do so in Florida, we certainly will. Yeah, so that's all I got today, man. It's not as exciting as I had hoped, and when it comes to doing stuff like this, I gotta tell you, me personally, I know like Jeff Bezos would probably say, yeah, do something like this at the end of the day. Man, there's so much concentration involved. This is something you got to do in the morning, like with a pot of coffee. I can't wait till the morning. I have to do it today. But anyways, that's something I personally would rather do in the morning than in the middle of the day. All right, that's all I got. Hopefully we'll have some more Epic Labor updates tomorrow. It's 2:37. Brandon has told me that he is going to pester the hell out of this landlord to get what we need to get a lease signed. He asked me, when do you want to get one signed? I said yesterday. Yesterday is always the answer. And hopefully we'll get that knocked out quickly. There's like an 80% chance of Newport, Tennessee. I think it's Newport. Apparently they got it like the worst. There was a lot of flooding there, I guess. I don't know if there's a river or something nearby, but we're getting a lot more calls from there for restoration than Sevierville, Pigeon Forge. But you know, we'll play that by ear and just see what happens there. If I need to go to Knoxville, I'll go. And we got 2 other people on standby for that also. So all right, that's it for real this time. Appreciate you guys hopping in, and I will talk to you soon.